Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekend. And what better way to kick off your weekend than with a excellent game of League of Legends. Well, tonight it will just be the one game for you all. It will be between Don't Worry We Scale and Chili's Angels. Should be a lot of fun. Currently, all games still carrying significance in the playoff race. Chili's Angels at 6-5. Don't worry, we scale at 2-7. So for Chili's Angels, looking to right the ship here during the second round robin. Not having a good run of it so far. Have only picked up one win compared to their 3 losses. Meanwhile, for Don't Worry We Scale, have not played that many games in the second round robin just yet. Currently sitting at 1-1. So hopefully going to start to scale into the season. Make a late push for a playoff spot. Should be interesting to keep an eye here on both teams. I know for a fact we should have some spicy changes coming in for at least one of the teams involved. Alright, and we do have the invite coming in, so we're going to get loaded straight in there. I'm going to check in here with... Okay, there we go. Alright, so just to show you guys, boom, there is the lobby about ready. Excuse me, goodness. About ready to get started. And tonight I think we are going to have a TriCast, so this should be fun. Hello to Ryan, aka Daddy No Chill. He was on the cast last time. And we are also going to be joined here by the top laner of Andyland, aka Joshi. So we should get that going very soon. Give me 1 minute. So let's see, where are you, Ryan?
You didn't invite me, sir.
Okay. So we'll wait 1 more minute here. Okay. There. Oh my god. Okay. There we go.
All right, I see it.
Cool.
Cool,
So,
cool.
have the co-casters with me, and we'll hear from them very, very shortly as we get ready for the game.
Uh, I'm nervous. It's the first time I'm casting with a professional caster.
What do you
You know.
mean?
Whoa.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm offended, dude. What the fuck? Oh, bro, I might have to kick you off the cast for that one. Anyways, a warm welcome here to Joshi, who, besides being the top laner for Andyland, also has another hustle that maybe you should tell us about, Joshi.
Oh, sure. What's up? For the first time ever, I have not been kidnapped as I come into the peanut gallery.
Momentarily.
My name's Josh, also known as Joshi. I do a lot of casting. If you've been following like Academy or the amateur scene recently, you've probably seen me because I've been on the Academy stream and Twitch Rivals a lot. And all of this week, I will be on twitch.tv/academy from about 3 to 10 Pacific time on the analyst desk. So that'll be pretty cool.
Sweet. Yeah, so you can hear the dulcet tones of one Joshi as he casts some Premier League of Legends. Speaking of Premier League of Legends, going to check in here with both teams, and we're going to see who gets sent up to the pre-interview desk. Be right back. Hello. Hello.
That's Roger.
It's me. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Do you guys know who you're sending up?
Birthday boy.
Okay.
Birthday boy.
Okay.
But
Hello,
Petros
hello.
usually just plays Lux, Malzahar, and
Hello,
Sophie.
hello.
Anthony, what do you?
Oh, Roger's
Hold on,
Hello,
hold on,
Roger.
Just
hold
here
on,
to
hold
spy
on.
on us.
Well, I don't think you
Yeah.
said anything that wasn't already public knowledge, but are you guys ready? Do you guys know who you're sending up?
Yeah, we're gonna send you up there.
Ikuja's going.
No, we're sending Roger up there.
Let's
True.
send Helen. Helen
See,
and Jesse go way back, right?
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Helen, are you up for it?
I have nothing to say.
Um,
I'll let you guys figure it out.
All right, we'll send.
I think it was talking to Calvin.
Uh-huh.
But I think it was the fourth dragon where you guys just left, and I was just so fucking confused that you guys just left and opted to walk through a choke point
Mhm.
against us. I think you probably could have just like taken a fight if you had gone before that. But after that, it's like, oh well.
At that point, we just low-key tilted, so we just, whatever.
It's all good. It was fun. I had a good time.
Yep. I'm glad.
Okay, so we are currently joined here by the pair of one Mark Jess, the captain of Don't Worry We Scale, and Helen, aka Misa142, the support for Chili's Angels. It is a special day for you both, as it is your birthdays. So happy birthday to Jesse and Helen, who also have another link between them. How do you guys know each other?
Can we say this on stream? Is it?
Oh, is it
more
like that?
appropriate? No, it's not like that. I met him at a party, and
Ooh,
Okay.
we immediately started talking about computer science with each other.
Aw.
nerd.
He started talking about his job, what he likes to do, and immediately we hit it off as a bunch of nerds.
Nice.
And yeah, then we went out for tacos and drinks.
Sounds fun. Well, what a nice little story here. And this friendship has persevered all the way up until this game between Don't Worry We Scale and Chili's Angels. So, my first question obviously going to go to Jesse. Thus far, you guys are 1-1 in the second round robin after a rough first round robin. What are some positive signs that you guys have been taking away from both your practices and your scheduled games thus far in the second round robin?
Well, I think true to our name, we're finally beginning our actual scaling here. I think we're building up trust between members. We've got some good foundations down. And I think we've generally meshed well as a team. So whatever the results here, I think we're happy to be in the place that we are right now, and hopefully that place is in a place that can beat Charles's team here as well today.
Yeah, good stuff. You guys are. I really think that you guys are scaling up as well. I think the role swap has benefited you guys. We know that we want to see the signature Mark Jess Caitlyn, so we'll see if that comes out again tonight. Meanwhile, for Helen, your team has had a bit of a rough go thus far in the second round robin, but I think you guys have a couple of surprises up your sleeve for tonight's game. Would you care to reveal it, or would you guys rather hold it in until the actual pick ban phase?
Oh no, it's not a secret. Anyone can look at our match history and stuff. We keep it public, but we're just playing around and we're seeing if we can switch roles. Primarily, Ikuji is trying out mid for the first time.
Ooh.
Charles is trying out jungle for the first time, something he's been meaning to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's been learning pretty well. And also, now I get Beacrow as my ADC, and let me tell you, he's the best.
Ooh, okay.
So what was the motivation behind this change?
I think after playing so many games together, we realized we had the fundamental same strategy every single time. We thought we would just freshen it up, maybe surprise a few people with our new synergy.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's something that the league has definitely caught on to is the excellent team fighting coming out from Chili's Angels, but obviously that's not the only way to win League of Legends games, so we'll see here if you can throw a new wrinkle into your scouting report. But Okay. With that, then I'll let the pair of you go back to your teams, and we are going to get started very, very soon. Just when you guys are ready. Again, happy birthday to both Jesse and Helen. Let's see who ends up with the birthday blessing here.
Birthday blessing.
All right, happy birthday, Helen. Good
Happy
luck and have fun.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
All the
birthday.
best.
Okay, so as we get into the game, Joshi, I know that you are a mastermind. Like to do a lot of scouting for Andy Land. What is your scouting report say for Don't Worry We Scale?
Honestly, it has been so long since I've looked at this team because they were our first opponents and they are our second to last opponents in the second round.
Shot
So-
fire.
It's not a shot at them. It's just like I haven't had to think about them very much because we don't play them for a long time.
Right.
But I know like they had a bunch of role swaps, which
Mhm.
as I've kind of been watching their games, seems to have, even though they haven't been winning a lot, they're
Mhm.
getting closer than they were before, and that's pretty exciting. And we'll see if this change for Chile's Angels is going to do the same thing.
Right. Now, knowing what you know with these players, I know that you talk to Rahul a lot and Kuji as well. Do you expect to see any difference from their general team fight oriented playstyle now that they have these players in these new positions?
I think it's going to depend a lot on which players are now able to play differently, right? Because you can usually identify which players do well with agency and resources, right?
Mhm.
Like if you give this person gold, if you give this person attention, they're going to be really good and they can make good decisions.
Mhm.
But I know Charles is playing, or I've heard he's playing jungle for the first time right now. So
Mhm.
he's typically been one of the players that has had a lot of agency. Playing mid lane before, and if he can translate that, it'll go really well. But Beakro, who used to have a lot of agency, now is the ADC, not gonna
Mhm.
have as much tools to play with. But I know he's now like he normally plays ADC, so there's a lot to see, right?
Right.
It's gonna be very tough
Yeah.
to make a strong prediction off the bat.
Mhm. There is that unpredictability, which I think, is exactly what Chile's Angels needs to kind of breathe some life back into their season. I want to give a little bit of insight as well, as Charles has played a lot of games with me as his jungler. So hopefully, just through the power of osmosis, has picked up a couple of things. I know for a fact that he's been practicing some more carry-oriented junglers. I think as we saw the tail end of their recent games here, we've seen Beakro be put on a lot of Mundo duty. So hopefully we can see Charles come out here with an exciting jungle pick. And yeah, meanwhile, I also remember Akuji played mid lane Malzahar in one of our preseason open run games. Ended up popping off, I think, with like a 17-2 score or something like that. Picked up a pair of quadra kills on Malzahar. So we'll see here if Akuji and Beakro can be unlocked in their new roles. And what do you make of the early bans so far, Ryan?
I know that Jesse team obviously gonna ban Rahul top. I don't know why, because he only played Tang, but I guess they're afraid of Ornn. And understandable ban from Lulu because is Helen kind of comfort pick.
Mm.
Morgana, I'm not sure.
Mm.
And on Team Helen, we got Hecarim banned because we all know how broken Hecarim actually is.
True.
But actually, with Hecarim banned, I wonder are they gonna pick up Udyr, or what they have in mind.
Yeah, I know that Charles
Really
has been
good.
practicing that. Lux here going to be the first pick. Going to be a pair of comfort picks being shown here by Don't Worry We Scale. Lux should go in the hands of Peach Rose in the mid lane, along with Seraphine, definitely one of her comfort champions. And meanwhile, Rel has been the go-to this season for Sololine in the support role. And now we have a Nocturne locked in as well, relatively early on in the pick and ban phase. What do you make of Nocturne trying to dive into Ashe Zyra, Joshi?
It really feels like a denial pick to me, because I know that Charles has been playing quite a bit of this.
Okay.
That said, it is a tough champion to play and a tough champion to play against. So it adds a lot of volatility to the game.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I like the picks that both teams have gone for. This Lux I know is super contested. The Ashe, super strong as giving your AD carry some agency in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Zyra pairs really well with it and does well against the Rel, but it feels like it's a pick that could have been picked a bit later on, right? I feel like you're showing quite a bit of what it is you're planning to do super early. So, I mean, both teams do very different things.
Mm-hmm.
The Chili's Angels looks a bit more cohesive right now, but we still have a lot more of the draft left to do.
Yeah, and Ryan, you called it. With the Hecarim being taken away, Udyr will be the pickup here for Chile. 5 in the jungle. We saw Udyr make his mark on our last game between Apuma Matata and support diff. Udyr ended up smiting away the game-winning Baron, so we'll see if we get more of the run, stun, jobs done gameplay in this game.
Based on the Chile 5 picks, isn't it kind of against their team comp because they're more of a 5v5 team, but now they're picking like pick comp? That's kind of weird, but at the same time, I'm glad that they're picking up new type of comp, to add to their playbook. And I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out, actually.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not sure how well blue team fights at this point, right? Like Lux has super long cooldowns, Nocturne super ult reliant. They're very good at finding picks and catching people out as they rotate between lanes, but they don't have obvious obviously they haven't picked their ADC, right? But they don't have obvious like sustained DPS, which can be really worrisome if you're playing against. Oh my god.
What is going? Okay, so
okay, that makes more sense, but
I was about to be illegal.
It would definitely be in Rahul's wheelhouse. Be like, no, you don't get to play this game. I'm playing Soraka top.
The ambulance going off. But okay, will be a Zilean here. Should go in the mid lane for Akuji. So if you thought Udyr was fast before, wait until he gets the Zilean speed up behind him as well. And looks like Kai'Sa now going to be the ADC pick. Do you like this pick here as we see Kayle again?
Oh my god. I actually love this coming out from blue side. It's a really cool composition that you would often see at like professional levels of play. I mean, I think it was season 9 where we saw the Kayle Kai'Sa combo really, really strong. And adding the Nocturne Lux onto it is very helpful. And also like because Rahul doesn't play a lot of divers or things that can really punish Kayle, it's a lot safer to just kind of blind this champion. At the same time though, if they don't deal with the Udyr actually just 1v5s their team with the buffs that are going to be coming out from Zilean. So we'll see.
Right. Yeah. If Udyr can stay even / get ahead, then he will really shrug off the damage coming in from Kai'Sa, Kayle, Nocturne. And as you said, with that Zilean speed up, gonna wreak havoc. Outside of Rel, and I guess an errant Lux binding, no real disengage up against this Udyr Shen combo. So we'll see if the Stand United gets used as a protective tool or maybe more as an initiation tool paired with Udyr and Zilean here. Overall then, as we take a look at both these compositions being locked in, no placeholders means that this will be the final comps for both teams. So ladies and gentlemen, the official predictions are live. Let's get ready to lose and or win some channel points. I'll ask both of you gentlemen to hold your predictions until we get a little bit later into the spectator delay. Don't want to give too much caster bias to the bettors early on. But as we take a look at both of these compositions, what should be the game plan here then for either composition in the early to mid game?
I believe both teams are super strong in pick because they had Lux that can easily one shot the carries on the other team, and also Nocturne could easily dive in with Kale ult especially.
Hmm.
And Rail and Kaisa is a really strong laning if you know how to play as well. Because as a Kaisa one trick, I love it when my support has a ton of CC. You know,
Right.
help me stack up my passive. Super good at trading.
Hmm.
And on Chili 5 team, they run a pretty similar comp, but I think their comp is revolving more around Ash Arrow, and it's gonna be like a lot of pressure to who Ash gonna hit the arrow with.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Both
Hmm.
teams actually, as you kind of said, scale to an insane degree, right? Like Kale,
Mhm.
obviously super strong
Mhm.
later
Yeah.
on in the game, but Zillion, which is being played by Amiza, is being played by Helen instead
Right.
of
So we're actually maybe Zyra
Ikuji.
mid.
I
Maybe
think it is Pyramid.
I believe it, but Zillion also scales incredibly hard, which actually I kind of like putting it down in the support at this position because you have a super strong top side of the map early on in the game between Shen, Udyr, Zyra, whereas on the opposite side, Don't Worry We Scale don't have a top laner for the first 5
15.
to 8 minutes of the game, right? Like they just don't do anything. So normally you can either look to attack the Kale, or you can look to invade the jungle of the Kale because Kale can't come and do anything.
Right.
And so if they can identify that, if Chile can consistently go in and take away
Mhm.
the blue quadrant of Kinohata's jungle, they can find a really big advantage. And as we already identified, if this Udyr gets ahead, there's not a lot of tools for Don't Worry We Scale to do anything about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is something that we haven't really seen Udyrs do in the tournament thus far. Obviously, Udyrs can clear very, very quickly, but very potent in the invade slash counter jungle department as well. I know that generally in organized play, the safer play is to do that level 4 full clear. But let's see if with the scaling option in Nocturne, Udyr feels confident enough to invade. Okay, so gentlemen, with that, with only about 5 seconds left on spectator delay, what are you guys going with as your winner for this game?
All my money go to Helen team because it's her birthday. It's the first thing, and because I believe they will win.
Just because you're shrimping, all right.
Also, Jesse's birthday.
Yeah.
That's true, but I know Helen a lot better than Jesse. I'm sorry, kind of biased, but
That is true.
Yeah.
I like
Mhm.
I like Chile's Angels here too, right? Like I think